burned out houses, all that's left in one Montgomery County community. This after an hours-long fire ripped through 6 homes. We've got an up-close look at the damage.
On the move, the historic Battleship New Jersey will sail away for the first time in decades. The new but local place it'll soon call home.
And taking you down memory lane, 20 years ago today, Veterans Stadium came crashing down into a pile of rubble in South Philadelphia. The legacy it left behind.
Those stories and more on today's edition of The Lineup. It is Thursday, March 21st, 2024.
The Lineup is brought to you by TD Bank, America's most convenient bank.
Hey everyone, I'm NBC 10's Keith Jones.
And I'm NBC 10's Erin Coleman. Let's get you up to speed with what you need to know today, starting with a fire that ripped through Montgomery County. 6 homes were left destroyed. NBC 10's Brenna Weick has the story now from Royersford.
Oh, it's awful, Erin. I just, watched some of the coverage last night when I was home, and some of the neighbors described it as utter destruction. But until you really get here and see it, it's hard to imagine what they're talking about. We'll try and give you a close-up look so that you can get an idea of what these people are dealing with here. 6 homes just gutted. Yesterday's fire tore through it, leaving behind this smoky and charred mess. Here's a look at the flames that caused that destruction. Officials say heavy wind fueled the fire, and neighbors tell us they watched as it spread quickly from one home to the next. Fire crews from across the region worked together to get it under control. We're told a police officer likely saved lives as he noticed the flames while driving by, started knocking on neighbors' doors, getting them out before the fire spread.
It was just a black screen of smoke. The flames everywhere coming out the front, the back, and next thing you know, just swarmed with firefighters and fire trucks.
A huge relief looking back out here live at all this destruction to know that everyone who lives in these homes is accounted for. The mayor said they were all accounted for last night, and so far no injuries have been reported, so that is the good news. The Red Cross is going to be helping these people who really have nothing left. Reporting in Royersford, Brenna Weick, NBC 10 News.
All right, you may have heard this before, but no one won last night's Powerball drawing.
That means the jackpot just keeps getting bigger and bigger. The new jackpot now stands at $750 million. Last night's numbers were 13, 22, 27, 54, 66. Powerball was 9. The next drawing is Saturday night. And don't forget about Mega Millions, because that one's like 900 and some million.
Right.
So there's a lot of money just floating out there. You
Exactly.
just need the right numbers.
You can't spend all that money, too, so don't forget about your favorite morning anchors, too, over here.
Just shower us with money
Right.
when you win. Battleship New Jersey is on the move today for the first time in more than 30 years.
NBC 10's Matt DeLucia is at the Battleship in Camden with much more.
This is the first time that the ship will be moved in 24 years. That's when it came to Camden, and it's the first time the ship will be dry docked in 32 years. There is the Battleship right now, right before it gets moved to its new home for the next 8 weeks. The Battleship, which is not an active ship, it's been a museum. It's going to the Navy Yard just a few miles away. It's going to make a stop first at the Paulsboro Marine Terminal as well for about a week. The ship is scheduled to start its trip at exactly 12:10 p.m. There's going to be a ceremony here at the Camden Pier starting at 11 a.m. and also the Spirit of Philadelphia is going to be doing a tour riding alongside the Battleship New Jersey as it goes under the Walt Whitman Bridge, so it'll be quite a sight to see here this afternoon. In Camden, Matt DeLucia, NBC 10 News.
To Matt for that. Everybody knows Philadelphia is a sports town. Perhaps no place lives on with more tales and tradition than Veterans Stadium.
That's right. 20 years ago today, it came crashing down into a pile of rubble in South Philly. Some would say the biggest moment there was the finish to the 1980 World Series. The Vet, home not just to the Phils, but the Birds as well, was a model of magic and, let's face it, misery, built out of solid concrete.
When Veterans Stadium had been built and opened in 1971, it was, by the standards of the time, considered a state-of-the-art stadium.
And here's the moment, the morning of March 21st, 2004, the Vet came down. But any Philadelphian will tell you the wrecking ball can't erase the memories of watching games here. I mean, we can certainly relate, having grown up going to the Vet.
Absolutely.
In the Core State Spectrum, and, it looked all different down there.
I mean, I saw concerts at the Spectrum.
Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, apparently Americans aren't as happy as they once were. Where the U.S. now sits on the list of happiest countries, that's coming up.
Plus, preparing the Olympic Village in Paris, the added protection for athletes this year. We're back in 30 seconds. Don't go away.
Here we go.
Here I go.
Introducing the all-new TD Clear credit card with no late fees and no interest, just a simple monthly fee. That's predictability, even when expenses aren't.
$4? That's bananas.
It's a pear. Oh, man.
The all-new TD Clear credit card. That's how credit can be unexpectedly human. Call 1-844-TD-CLEAR for details about credit costs and terms.
With the return of the Olympics comes the return of a very friendly environment there at the Olympic Village.
Very friendly.
Yes.
The Paris 2024 organizers will provide 200,000 condoms for men and 20,000 for women who are expected to compete. That works out to roughly 20 condoms for each of the 10,500 athletes. Why are we talking about this? And
listen,
why so much?
Gotta be safe. So that's great that they're promoting that.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
But they should be focusing on the games.
That's a lot going on.
Aaron, there's
right?
only 16 days that they're there.
Do your craft and move on. You know what I mean? Do your sport.
The sport.
Well, of course I'm talking about this. Oh, gosh. Remember, tune in to the NBC family of networks for all your Olympic coverage needs. We're talking about the sports. The games start July 26th, run through August 11th. What a weird.
Isn't that crazy, right?
Yeah,
Every single Olympics that we talk about this.
I know,
and the number goes up higher and higher and higher, which is crazy.
Yeah, boy.
Let's talk about some more talkers. If you're looking to put a smile on your face, you may want to go elsewhere. Take a trip to Finland, for instance.
For the 7th straight year, 7th straight, Finland's been named the world's happiest country. They're doing something right over there, right? The University of Oxford puts together this happiness report. This year, the Nordic countries dominate the rankings, which have Denmark, Iceland, and Sweden rounding out the top 4. Israel is 5th, but the report was put together before the attacks and unrest there, so important to note that. The U.S., though, here's the thing. We dropped from 15th to 23rd. It's the first time the U.S. landed outside of the top 20 since the first happiness report in 2012.
I wonder why that is. I know they consider plenty of markers, right? But what is that like one? What was the biggest deficiency?
I think it's stress.
What was the big drop?
I think Americans are stressed.
Yeah.
With just everything, you know, the economy, with money, people working 2 jobs, like you just
inflation,
you know, I just feel like people are stressed out. And even at your job, you're stressed.
Sure.
And
it emphasizes, if you visit Europe, you see the lifestyle difference, too.
Yes.
How long they take lunch breaks, for instance, and how they value work, or rather than, going out and hanging out in squares and in public. And
well, I feel like it's not all about your job in Europe either.
Exactly.
It's about everything else. It's about, travel and enjoying, savoring, food and lunches and stuff.
Yeah.
We're like scarfing down stuff in a car.
That's right.
and
to get back to work.
To get back to work and keep it moving. So come on, U.S., get your act together. All right.
That'll show them.
Yeah, that'll take it from me. Now news the joggers may not want to hear. Apparently, run rage, that's a thing.
Yeah, a new study finds a jog can make you angry and aggressive. Researchers at Ohio State University believe that's because running's repetitive. They found the repetitive nature may induce feelings of monotony and frustration, and that could potentially increase anger levels. In contrast, ball games and aerobic exercises, they had a calming effect. The researchers analyzed data from more than 10,000 people, and they say the findings suggest that while regular physical activity has many health benefits, it may not be best for anger management. Jogging, that is. Isn't that crazy?
I don't know if I buy that.
I know post-run, I feel much more clarity, and I feel better emotionally, right? Like you feel like you've accomplished something,
and
which is big.
And some people, you like the monotony of something to, calm you.
Yes.
Think about just if you have a mantra or, whatever, you just say the same thing over. So it seems like running or jogging, if you're just doing the same thing, one foot in front of the other, that will calm you down.
Yeah.
But apparently...
See, I feel the anxiety when I know I have to run.
Well, exactly.
And I go, oh, no.
But then once you're doing it, you're like, just get this done.
Just get it through. Get over with. Yeah. Exactly. Then there's this. A recent study shows gossiping, how bad gossiping is. Well, it could have positive effects.
So it's like the reverse of everything that you would think we're telling you about right now. Researchers at Stanford and the University of Maryland explain how by using computer simulations that mimic human behavior. So what's the T? Glad you asked. Apparently, gossip isn't all that bad. Researchers determined it can help people build bonds, promote cooperation, and validate emotions within a social circle. It can also deter people from behaving badly or acting selfishly as a way to protect their reputation. But here's the catch. Gossip has to be accurate in order for it to be productive. How do we feel about this?
I think gossiping is generally toxic, right? Because it's by nature, gossip is you're talking about rumors and things
Exactly.
you've heard,
Did you
and they
hear
may
about
not necessarily
this?
be true. If you're talking in truth, then you're just talking, right? Like,
Yeah.
And then it gets into that gossip realm when all of a sudden things can't be fully validated. When you're like, oh, I heard. Did you hear what so-and-so's doing?
Exactly.
That
and
probably
it can,
means
and it
this.
can quickly spiral into the negative.
Right.
But on the flip side, I think they pointed out, hey, look, if you fear the gossip, then maybe you'll act better because you don't want people gossiping about you.
Yep.
That's one different way to look at it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say
right.
gossiping is positive, although we all love the tea now. Every now and then we love to hear
Become
what
acceptable.
such and such,
That's right.
doing. Just
That's right.
Keep it under wraps, everybody.
And gossiping, too, I mean, it brings you in as part of a group, right? You feel like you're included and accepted, maybe. That's why people gossip, right? They want to feel connected.
I mean, when you
in
think
some
of
way.
young people, though, like, you're gossiping about somebody, at the next table in the lunchroom or whatever. It's just...
It's not good.
I don't know. But according to that study, it's positive and jogging makes you mad. So
there you go.
What are our takeaways today? I don't know.
It's opposite day.
Yeah, it's opposite day. That does it for today's edition of The Lineup.
For Erin Coleman, I'm Keith Jones. Remember, you can get NBC 10 News updates right here on the NBC 10 app. Be sure to catch us weekday mornings from 4 to 7 a.m. Go for that jog, right? Or not. Have a great day.